And welcome back to Two Wheels. We're talking the Moto GP from the United States of America on one of the best circuits in America, COTA, the circuit of, funny enough, the Americas. So how did everything go? Well, before we get into that, I just wanted to say this was at, what is it, 20 years now? Since this man, Nicky Hayden, won the MotoGP World Championship by beating Valentino Rossi. It all went to the last round, and what a lovely tribute they had here. Absolutely brilliant. The Kentucky kid, Nicky Hayden, absolutely in our hearts. Yeah, that was a really touching tribute. It was just I'm beaming. It was so lovely to see his bike. It's always melancholy, really, isn't it? But from one absolute record breaker to another record breaker, we have Bez, a record. You can probably guess what the record is, can you? I mean, the most consecutive laps led in the lead. It's like 120 now, isn't it? But yeah, well done, Bez. Who's going to stop him? That is the thing. And that's what motorsport, they're treated. Who's going to stop him? But he's led every lap at COTA, breaking and extending the record of the most consecutive lead in MotoGP to not 120, apologies, 121 laps. So, who is, I mean, the big question is, who's going to stop him? Surely this guy is now favourite for the MotoGP Championship. Can anyone stop him? Now, here we go. We've got a couple of gifts because on very early in the race, it was Pedro ACOSTA that ended up taking the lead. And I was cheering, thinking, okay, we finally got a race. And then he made a mistake, and then this happened here. As you can see in the gif here, I mean, look at that. As he comes back on the track after going wide, that's not Bezecchi's fault. That's ACOSTA. Well, ACOSTA made the mistake by going wide. Bezecchi's like, no, I'm going to take you, whatever, and goodish, gabang. If you want to look at it from, I think this is from Bezecchi's point of view as well. This is equally scary. I mean, look at that. That's Pedro ACOSTA coming back on the track. In a way, Jorge Martin must have gone, oh my gosh, I'm going to win again here with these two clashing like that. I mean, aero parts going everywhere, etc. Luckily, no one was hurt, and fortunately, both of them ended up finishing the race, which was something. And so this was the ultimate results of the MotoGP Grand Prix, with Bez winning by 2 seconds. Jorge Martin, to be fair, he got past ACOSTA and he did put up a bit of a fight, but you can't help but feel that Bez had it in control all along. Pedro ACOSTA in a decent third. Fabio Di Guanantonio, yeah, he lost it from pole position again. What is with those starts? Now, a special mention to Marc Marquez. He did have that long lap penalty. He went back into the early teens and he still made it up in fifth, which makes you wonder what he could have done had it been a normal race. Now, when the race started, it was Marc Marquez really struggling for pace, and everyone but your mother ended up passing him in the first few laps. And this is something that Marquez has a bit of a weakness for, I think, in 2026 so far. He said himself that he's struggling, whether it's the heat, but he's struggling in those first few laps with the bike until everything settles down, and then Marquez gene absolutely kicks in, and here we go. I mean, he absolutely ruined Alex Marquez by getting past him. Yes, he did his classic I'm coming past, whatever, in some of the moves. But anyway, so 6th was Bastianini, 7th was Marquez of the Alex variety, 8th was Rolf Fernandez, Luca in 9th, Francesco Bagnaia, really disappointing. Bear in mind, this is the guy that nearly won the sprint race all the way in 10th. He just hit the reverse gear. Aldeguer in 11th, Brad Binder in 12th, Diogo in 13th, Franco Morbidelli in 14th, Toprak in 15th, followed by his teammate Jack Miller in 16th, just out of the points there, top 15, remember, scoring the points. Fabio Quartararo in 17th, Alex Rins, what's going on with him in 18th? I mean, this is a MotoGP winner. And Johan Zarco out as well, along with Aya Ogura. That was the heartbreaking thing. I mean, Aya Ogura potentially could have got that podium. Sadly didn't. He was catching. And he didn't in the end. It was absolute heartbreak for the home team Trackhouse. I mean, they were looking on for potentially fighting for that podium until they didn't. It was horrible. So these are the riding standings. These are the top 10 now in that championship. Bezecchi leading on 81 points. 4 points down on 77 is Jorge Martin. 3rd is Pedro ACOSTA. 4th is Fabio Di Guanantonio with 50 points. So 31 points covering the top 4, 21 points covering the top 3. Marc Marquez, 36 points down. Yeah, with 45 points in total. He's got some work to do, hasn't he? Raul Fernandez with 40 points. Ogura, I'm terrible with penalties, sorry. But he's at 37 points down. 44 points down, sorry, with a total of 37 points. Alex Marquez 8th, Bagnaia in 9th, and Luca Marini in 10th. That's your top 10. And then we've gone from Bastianini in 11th, Brad Binder in 12th, Morbidelli in 13th, Aldegate in 14th, Johan Zarco in 15th, Diego Moreira in 16th, Fabio Quartararo in 17th, Alex Rins in 18th. I mean, 6th and 3. What is going on with the Yamaha? Johan Mir in 19th. And Toprak in 20th, which is, I think he's a lot better than his place really gives him credit for. But there we go. Bezzecchi, every lap. Who's going to stop him? I have absolutely no idea. We're going to have a more detailed... We'll have the fallout probably tomorrow when I record this, because this is late and I need to go to bed. But I did want to do a video about record breaker. There we go. There he is in all his glory. If you made it to the end, consider giving us a subscribe. That'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. If you're already subscribed, well, you made it to the end. Give us a like. But until then, we'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much. Stay safe.